Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Relax.Cut.Glue. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you guys here with me today. So I had so much fun playing in this glue book yesterday that I decided to play in it again today, and I hope you don't mind. I had a blast playing in this morning, just like yesterday. So this is my glue book. I explained this all yesterday in my last video, but for those of you who are new here, this is a Reader's Digest book that I got at the thrift store. It was really old, and I gutted it, and I added all different kinds of scrapbook paper on the inside, and I just have a blast gluing away in it. I have 3 signatures in here. I'm not exactly sure how many pieces of paper are in each signature, but I would guess like 10, maybe a little bit less. So yeah, I've been having so much fun with this. And this kind of glue book, I use mainly fussy cut images in and just kind of collage on each page. And then on the back sides of the pages that are white, I use full-size magazine images to cover up the white. So yeah, I was having such a good time. I wanted to do it again. In fact, now that I'm watching this, I kind of want to play some more. It is super windy outside right now, and it's so sunny. We've had nonstop rain for like a week and a half, and it's been lovely. Today it is really cold and windy and sunny. I did take Xena on a little walk this morning, so that was nice. She was certainly excited about that. She likes to go outside any chance she gets, so she had a good time with that. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I bought, I wear black leggings like almost every day. Literally. I just love them so much. So I bought a new pack of leggings, and they're high-waisted, right? Well, I am a shrimp. I am short. If you didn't know that about me, I am. And I go to put on these leggings, and I swear to God, you guys, between breastfeeding my kids, being in my 40s, and being short, I could pull these leggings up over my chest, and I could have a sleeveless romper. I am not even kidding. It's like, I was like, oh my gosh, I could pull my pants all the way up over my boobs. I don't even need a bra. Oh gosh, just kidding. I'm wearing a bra. But it was really funny because I'm like, man, these really are high-waisted. They go all the way up to my freaking chin. Oh, man. Holy smokes, it is so bright in here. It's going to make me sneeze. And then when I was digging through my little box here of fussy cut images, I found that little Monopoly money over there on the right by that smiley face flower. I just stuck a fish on top of it. And I'm going to put that on that money page that I created yesterday. And I've had, okay, so this right here is a scrunchie, and it's supposed to be like Jason Momoa's scrunchie. It came out of like a Cosmopolitan magazine, I think a year ago, and I've been holding on to it. Oh my gosh, here it goes. Excuse me. Bless me. Yikes. Sorry. I told you that sun gets me every time. Anyways, it's Jason Momoa's hair scrunchie, and I've never used it, and so I was just dying to use it. And I did some kind of weird collages in here, a bunch that didn't make sense at all, and I don't know, I was just kind of having intuitive fun. If you are a Glue Crew member, I put up the signups for our first swap. So I am going to start pairing people up here shortly. So if you want to be involved in our swap and you're a Glue Crew member, head over to your members tab and look for the Glue Crew swap info. You'll be able to see it. It's very easy to find. And I'm going to start picking partners here shortly. I just stuck it up yesterday, so don't worry if you feel like you haven't seen it yet. But definitely head over there and check it out. I've been dying to use this big flower too. And it's one of those things that looks good with so many different things. And I'm like, I want to, you know. But I decided to just glue it down with this bird because I thought that would look really nice. And this bird had orange, like an orange background. You can see there. So like I mentioned yesterday, anytime there's a color pop behind an image, like say that's, you know, like an apple and the whole background is blue, instead of fussy cutting the apple out, I always leave a little border because I want that blue to make the apple pop. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I say it all the time, so if it doesn't make sense, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I just, anytime there's a chance for extra color, I take it. And I get asked all the time how I organize my images. It's really weird because I have tried organizing per category and I hate it. I like to dig through my images and find something that sparks my interest when I'm gluing, but I also work on a lot of random collages. However, if I'm working on something like a dog glue book where I know all I'm going to be using is dogs, I will start a basket and collect items for that specific glue book. And then when I'm done, I'll just put all those in with my random. So while I do organize my images, I also don't. And by that, I mean, I keep my fussy cuts in one box. And then when I cut out like a square of an image or a rectangle, I keep those in a separate box. And then sometimes I keep them by size, like my smaller fussy cuts in a different box. Just because sometimes the smaller ones get lost in the big ones and it's hard to find them. So I will sometimes keep those in a smaller box within the bigger box of fussy cuts. I do have 2 little containers, one for lips and mouth and that kind of stuff, and another one for eyes, because I tend to use those a lot in projects, like with my silly faces and stuff. But I will also keep eyes and lips and stuff in my regular random fussy cut box too, because I like to use them in random collage as well. But I know that when I'm working on a specific project where I want to make silly faces, I want to have a bunch of eyes and lips ready to just kind of play. So that sounded weird. I just want eyes and lips to play with. Just call me Hannibal the Cannibal. So yeah, that's kind of how I have found works best for me. I also have, like, if there's something that I tend to use a lot, like I have one container that has a lot of birds in it. And like I said, if I'm working on a specific glue book, like my Christmas one, I will have all my Christmas images together and in a box and that kind of stuff. So I tend to group depending on and organize my images depending on what glue book I'm working on. But generally speaking, all my fussy cuts go in one box. All my squared up images go in another, because I like to dig and be inspired by what I find, versus I don't want to have to dig through 5,000 boxes looking for, you know, a box of Cheerios. Would that help me in some instances? Yes, absolutely it would. But I don't mind digging when I know that I can find it in there, because it doesn't happen very often. So yeah, I wish I had like the perfect way to organize your images, but I think it depends on the person. Some people really like to categorize theirs. And like I said, when I first started glue booking, I thought that's what we had to do. Not that, you know, I've learned so much now. I didn't realize that I didn't like that. And it was I didn't like having to flip through all these different envelopes or boxes or whatever to find an image when I didn't know what image I was really looking for. But when I have a bunch of random images in front of me, it makes my creativity so much better, and I can just kind of find what I need. Because I tend to work more, I guess what I'm trying to say, long story short, too late, yes I know, is if I organize by anything, I organize by size. Or the main things that I use. Like I said, like I have a box for eyes and a box for lips and a box for birds and a box, you know, like, sometimes I keep like, I don't even want, well, I was going to say, sometimes I have a category for like heads, because sometimes you like to use different heads on different bodies and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. Long story short, too late again. That's what I do. I am dying to use RuPaul. And he looks so good on so many different pages, but I I'm having a hard time actually gluing him down, even though I want to. And it's so fun to take images and just kind of play on different pages and just kind of see what you have and what looks good on what, and, you know, turn on some good music and just play. I had a lot of anxiety today. I actually filmed this 2 hours ago, and I had to wait 2 hours to do the voiceover. I was having a lot of anxiety, and that's part of the reason why I just allowed myself to glue without talking, because I needed it. And that's why I glue book. One, I'm a very creative person, so I love to be creative every single day. There is not a day that goes by that I'm not creating something of some sort. And two, it helps me with my anxiety. So when I'm having days like that where I'm feeling very anxious and stuff like that, I will take the time to just kind of glue and let my mind be at ease. Sherman's in here passed out. Oh my gosh, my poor Shermie. So Shermie has to go to the vet to get his nails trimmed. We've always done his nails. I file them with a Dremel, and you know, he's never really liked it, but over the years he's just gotten worse and worse. And over this past year, he's gotten to the point where we can't cut his nails anymore. And the vet doesn't do nail trims, but they do it for medical clearance. So Shermie, being a pug, already has a hard time breathing, but he also has very narrow, like a narrow esophagus and a narrow breathing in his nose. So he gets overheated and, what's the word? Exhausted, I guess, very easily. So when he goes to the vet, they have to put him in the oxygen tank for a while to help calm him down so they can get his heart rate down, because he's breathing so heavily, because obviously he's nervous and he doesn't like it, and he's old and he has arthritis, and you know, he's got a chemical imbalance. Shermie's the sweetest dog, but he's also the biggest a-hole. I love him to death. Oh my gosh. So anyways, Bob took him in yesterday for his nails, and it's gotten to the point now where they were only able to do his back nails, his back claws, and we have to take him back tomorrow to do the front. And they had him in the oxygen tank, and then we got him home, and it took him forever to calm down. So I feel horrible that he has to go back again tomorrow. He hates it so much. He has gotten so awful with his old age. And he's not even that old. He's 8. But man, he has just gotten so cranky when it comes to people touching his feet and stuff. And I don't know, my poor doggy. And I'm like, I hope they weren't mean to him. And Bob's like, no, they seemed so nice. And, you know, this, that, and the other. Of course, my anxiety always makes me think the worst, right? And I don't want anybody to be mean to my baby, even if he's being a grouch, you know? But yeah, I massage him all the time because of his arthritis, and he loves it. All right, guys, this concludes today's video. I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and until next time, bye.